welcome to another exciting episode of KOS. And today it's a very, very special episode because, a lot of you guys understand and know that I'm a huge Marvel fan, but I also respect and love DC characters. And today I'm going to give you one of my most beloved characters. Well, it's a reimagining of my most beloved character, and I'm not too familiar with the storyline. But let me give you the background on why I actually got this statue, right? Oh, got to introduce the guy, right? Today, I bring to you XM Studios 1/6 scale Flash Rebirth. All right, now we're going to get into why I got this. I grew up extremely poor as a youth. And shout out to my mom. I didn't even know I was that poor. I always had a roof over my head, always had food in my belly, and always had clothes on my back. And she worked her hardest to make sure that my sister and I maintained those things in life, those necessities. So can't never say I went hungry. She was definitely a super mom. Didn't have a dad that was around. So single parent household, so anybody out there, you absolutely know the struggle. But I always had strong women in and around my life, starting from my great grandmother to my grandmothers, to my aunties, to, my mother and my sisters, the reason why these strong women was in my life helped, fundamentally grow me as a man. These things that I learned from them helped me become the man that I am today. So I say this with saying, we was extremely poor. So when I was going to my grandmother's houses, one grandmother, I would, rest in peace to both of them. They both passed. Never knew my grandfathers. They were both deceased before I came into the world. So when I would go to my grandmother's house, right, my mother would put me on the bus. It was a straight line bus, straight from one, bus all the way to my grandmother's stop. So it was probably like a 25-minute drive if no traffic, right? So she would let my grandmother know. My grandmother, rest her soul, would get up and, meet me at the bus stop, right? So while on the bus, my mother told me, sit next to the bus driver and you're safe there. In my head, I'm like, okay. I had to be like 10 to 12 years old. So, that's kind of crazy in this day and age, right? Yeah, but okay. Wild times, I guess. So I sat next to the bus driver, but what I would do is I will always look out the window. And I know you guys, if you had children or you're growing up and you understand what I'm talking about, I had my imaginary friend. My imaginary friend was the Flash. All right. So when the bus started, he would run from all the way with me all the way to my grandmother's house, hopping over stuff, moving really fast. And I always had this affinity for the Flash. I guess when reading comic books, you try to see yourself in the characters. Well, I couldn't fly like Superman, didn't have no webs like Spider-Man, couldn't crawl the walls, but I can run really fast, especially when I got some new sneakers. I remember I got a pair of red sneakers, and you could not tell me that I was not the Flash. Well, I saw the statue come up in XM. XM is one of my great studios that I love. I love their work. I love their craftsmanship. I love their attention to detail. I love the packaging. I love the fact that you get like a social security number for your statue just in case something happens. I think XM is a standard in which a lot of statue companies should follow and emulate and mimic. So without further ado, I give you XM Studios Flash Rebirth. Now, first off, I would like to say thank you, XM, for giving me this detailed book. is the assembly book that you will need to put together this statue. Oh, you probably say to yourself, well, King, this statue doesn't look like, it's too large. It is probably one of the most intricate statues I've ever had to put together. All right, and I will probably take away some points for it because a lot of these little lightning bolts are all around the statue, and you have to put them in pegs, and they're not magnetized, so some of them don't stick like this one. Now you have to come to the choice with yourself with, are you going to use some glue to put it in or not? But watching the Flash TV show, they run on that treadmill and you see the speed force behind him and he's coming through the warp. This Flash is so amazing. I mean, I really can't say too many things, negative about it, other than the fact that I wish the pegs was magnetized. The level of detail on this statue is so immense, from the shoes down to the metallic paint, to the vortex that he's running through, to the treadmill that he's on. The treadmill is magnificent. To the statue sculpt itself. The fact that they got the sensation of motion in the character, that alone made this a plus for me. Made it an automatic purchase. Now, I know a lot of guys don't, carry 1/6 scale, and I feel you, and I understand. Hey, God bless, say less, right? I love this statue, and I like the fact that I got this little box, right? So I was like, yo, what's in the box? What's in the box? Well, this was in the box. A little plaque, and it has a little stand, a little kickstand to it, and it sits there, and crazy self had the blue sticker on it. I took the blue sticker off actually to see the metallic part to it. And it is great. It's a definite great piece to it. XM used to give you a coin, and that coin was how can I say it was fabulous. I hope they go back to the coins, but if they're not, I will definitely take this little plaque. Well, this is the part of the video when I'm going to ask you to like, follow, and subscribe. And also hit that join button. Hit that join button. You know what that join button is. That join button is right below. That way you can watch all the background videos, all blooper videos, everything that is with KOS, also Lords of Gaming.net, also Iron Lords podcast, and The Last Word with Lord Cognito and Navantis. It's a whole lot of material and stuff that we have that's when you join the realm, tons of videos. And then if you go to LogNet, which is lordsofgaming.net, you can watch a lot of old episodes of KOS, Combat Talk with the King, Addicts Hard Gaming Reviews, and also read a lot of opinion pieces, a lot of reviews, and a lot of new tech stuff that's going on in this gaming streets. So listen, stick around, watch this video. All this statue has to offer. And you can also watch the unboxing and listen to some cool music. Until next week, when I bring you another statue that's gonna make you think about jumping in and collecting. And to everybody that started collecting just because you watched this, thank you. That's all I look for, and stay collecting.
By this act, I rule